Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Couple things I just want to mention as far as new home orientation goes. Garbage disposal and dishwasher switches are going to be to the right of the sink. Before you use your garbage disposal, always make sure the water's turned on. But it's going to be the switch here on the right side. You don't want to put any food down there, still want to put it in the trash can. You're just going to use that to get off any excess food or crumbs or stuff that you might have on your plate. But most of the food still needs to go in your trash can. If your dishwasher ever stops working, 9 times out of 10 it's because this switch has been turned off. Per code, I have to have a switch within 3 feet of the dishwasher so you can turn it off before you pull it out to work on it. So if it ever is not working, make sure this switch is turned on to the left of the kitchen, or the right of the kitchen sink, and that'll get you power back to your dishwasher again.
Yeah, and this is city water and city sewer, correct?
This is city water and sewer, but still want to make sure you're not putting a lot of dirty places in the dishwasher. Still want to rinse them off, clean them before you put them there. It's really more of a sanitizer. Any dishwasher is, not really a dish cleaner. So still want to make sure everything goes in there. When you guys are cleaning your cabinets, just make sure you don't use anything abrasive. They are painted, so you don't want to use any like 409 cleaners or anything that's going to eat away at the paint finish on these. Typically just a damp, warm cloth will get anything off that needs to. If you still have something you can't get off with a damp, warm cloth, just use like a mild dishwashing detergent or a Murphy's Oil green cleaner or something like that. But nothing that's going to eat away at our paint finish on the cabinets. If any of your outlets in the kitchen ever stop working, being any of the ones here in the backsplash or in the kitchen island, there's 2 circuits that are on a GFI protection. You guys are probably familiar with the reset button. So if any of these outlets in the backsplash aren't working, or the one on the island, make sure that this reset button, this button's not been tripped, or this one. There's 2 circuits, so it could be on either one of them. So just make sure both of those are fine. Microwave and range are both electric, so you're not having any gas connections to those, which is good. Have a cleaning feature on them. Microwave, obviously, is just a plug-in above the microwave. They are not vented to the outside. They do have a recirculating vent system so that when you're cooking, you can at least get the air and everything off it, but it will not be vented to the outside. Fridge is good. Flooring, you want to clean your floors with really just water and vinegar if you can. 1 gallon of water per cup of vinegar is a great way to clean any floors really, but that way we don't take anything damaging to them. They are water resistant, they are not waterproof.
What's the material for the flooring?
These are laminate floors. So you have LVP and you have laminate. This is laminate flooring. So there's a pre-finished hardwood that goes in, but just cleaning it with water and vinegar would do great. In the kitchen, you have quartz countertops.
Right.
They're fairly durable. Still don't want to sit any hot pans or anything on, or anything from the oven. But you can clean these with about anything. They don't need to be sealed because it is quartz and not granite. Whereas your bathrooms are both granite countertops. So they are porous. If you were to set a glass of grape juice or red wine on there and it spilled, it could leave a ring. So just make sure you don't leave anything on there for any substantial amount of time. But the granite in the bathrooms is sealed when it's installed. So you want to make sure you're cleaning that with a granite cleaner sealer from Home Depot or Lowe's. And then once a year you want to reseal the granite, which is very easy. Just make sure it's super clean. You buy that product from Home Depot or Lowe's, you spray it on, wipe it off, and you leave stuff off of it for an hour or whatever the directions say. But you do want to reseal it once a year just to try to help hold any moisture or anything from getting down into the stone. Have a fireplace, electric fireplace, fairly easily operable. All the power buttons and everything are on the fireplace. So you've got a power button, you've got temperature settings that can change. You've got a blower that will at least get some of the heat out to the room here. And then you've got different hue settings that you can set them on for ambiance.
Can you try that remote?
Different flame levels as well. They do not come with a remote because everything's right here on it.
There's a remote.
Oh, they put a remote in there? They weren't supposed to. So you do have a remote with it. So I'm sure it has probably the same buttons that are on here. But I'll leave that for the future tenant.
Right.
So other than that, we do have a pipe chase here. If you do want
to control the fireplace.
Yep. I'll probably put it back in the drawer because it'll go once. I have a pipe chase here that goes from here down to here. So if you do use cable and want to hang a TV above the mantle, you've got a way to chase your HDMI cable down to here so you can see all your equipment here. Or if you wanted to hardwire your internet cable to here, you can run it up there and hardwire to a TV. But that's what's behind the two blank plates, is just an empty Smurf tube conduit in the wall to get wires back and forth. Filters, make sure you're changing the filters every 3 months. Seem to be the same size. I have to get a tape measure out. No, they're not, actually different sizes. But just make sure you're changing those once every 3 months. Buy the cheapest filter there is at Home Depot or Lowe's. Don't get the expensive ones because they put a lot of strain in your HVAC system. Just buy the cheap ones and replace them more frequently. They've just been replaced this week, so you guys should be good at least until December-ish. We're making sure you're doing it every 3 months. Mm-hmm. Thermostat controls the entire house here. Since we're on one story, we've got one zone. You've got a heat and a cool function. Those are the two main ones you need to use. And the one thing I want to tell everybody about the thermostat is always auto. So on the right, you can change the fan from auto to on. Make sure it's always on auto. If not, if you leave it on, it's going to be running and circulating air that isn't conditioned in the home. So always leave it on auto. And then other than that, you're just changing the temperature settings to your liking and the mode from heat to cool, which are the only two you want to use. There are smoke and carbon monoxide detectors throughout the homes. Throughout the home, the one in the common areas are carbon monoxide and smoke detectors. The ones in the bedrooms are only smoke detectors. So I want to make sure you are using those. They are hardwired, so they're on battery backup. The battery probably will still die every couple of years after it's not being used. Just making sure you're replacing those as you need to. But they are hardwired, so they're going to work when the power's turned on with or without a battery. Not much else in the bathrooms here. Kind of already talked about the granite. Gonna need to get a shower curtain for the guest bath. The owner's bath has a shower door enclosure, so you won't need one there. Have an attic access there. You have an air handler in the attic. The condenser's outside, the air handler's in the attic, so if you ever need to get up there to service it, there's not much storage up there, but there is just an area to step onto a platform where you can service the HVAC unit. And it has a little bit of storage up there. I did put an extra bundle of the hardwoods up there.
Okay.
And any leftover cabinet parts I have. And then I do have a little bit of leftover paint in the garage that you guys can use for touch-ups after someone moves in if you need to.
Okay, sounds great.
Not much in the spare bedrooms. Windows are all single hung, so you can tilt those in to clean them if you need to.
Yeah.
I'm happy to come by and show you if I need to there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, one question. Is this fireplace just for the decoration purpose, or it really has some heat coming out?
It will push heat out. It is by no means an efficient way to heat your home. It's really going to be more for ambiance than anything, but it certainly with the blower will provide you some heat. So you can change the temperature levels on it.
Yep.
Which I haven't used this. I don't know if they put the settings 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, you can.
So it goes all the way up to 25, it looks like. That would be the hottest setting that it goes.
Yeah.
And then as you turn on the blower, it will blow some heat out.
Okay.
But once again, it's not really going to be the main way you want to heat and cool your home. It's going to be one of the more costly ways to heat and cool your home.
Right.
But as it runs for a while, you could tell that it's going to pump out some heat for us.
Yeah. And also in North Carolina, this area, we don't pretty much use the fireplace much,
We don't.
It's not.
You can feel some heat coming out of it there.
Okay.
But it's going to be really turn on for ambiance and when you want to, you're having friends over and you want it to look neat.
Okay.
It's the company that did all the HVAC, and it just kind of tells you their warranty and what all you need to maintain it. That does lead me to mention, though, and something that the homeowner will need to do, not the tenants. You will want to have the HVAC system serviced biannually. So you can certainly have certified come out and do it, or you can hire another HVAC company. But it is very important to have an HVAC company coming out twice a year to do preventative maintenance. They're going to clean the coil. They're going to make sure there's no algae
annual
growth,
maintenance.
Drain tanks, and stuff
Right.
like that. So you want to make sure that the HVAC system is getting maintained.
Okay.
It's going to take it from being able to last 8 to 10 years to hopefully 20, if you're getting it maintained. If you're not maintaining it, the coil's building up gunk and it's getting dirty and it's not being clean, it's really going to shorten the lifestyle of that, which obviously is one of the most important pieces of equipment in your home and the most expensive. I kind of tell people you wouldn't go buy a new car and not change the oil, right?
Right.
You got to maintain it.
Once in 2 years.
Do what now?
So how often is
So they do
the
it biannually, so twice a year.
twice a year?
They're going to come out right before the heating season every year and right before the cooling season every year. I'm not sure what certified charges to do it, but most companies are going to charge $200 to $300 to come out twice a year, like one fee for both times. But it's something that's very, very important to have done, even starting from year one. Just because you're under warranty doesn't mean you don't have to maintain it. So that's something that's very, very important. Any other questions?
Now, is that in this orientation, or do you have more to talk about? Orientation. I know have gone through this side, but have you gone to the garage?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly can go through there really quick. I don't know if you'll send that long on a photo. Washer and dryer room, obviously. All those breakers are in the garage. Garage sub panel boxes in there.
Right.
If you guys have any questions about that, let me know.
We found a couple hole there, a dent.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you ever have any breakers that trip, obviously they'd be in here and you can reset them. This is the main power shut off for the entire house right here. So if you turn that off, you'll lose all the power to the house. This is the actual main water shut off to the entire home. So if you ever had a plumbing leak, heaven forbid it happens, but this would be the place that you'd come turn it off before you call the plumber, hopefully, to stop the leak from happening. But that's going to stay on the majority of the time. Hot water heater here is the electric hot water heater. Has an expansion tank. And I do put your front doorbell chime up here in case you ever have to replace the transformer.
Yeah.
The chime's inside, the button's outside, but this is the transformer for the doorbell.
Yeah.
In case it ever goes wrong, you've got somewhere that's very easy and accessible to do it. Reset button here, so all the garage outlets are GFI protected because this is a wet location. So if this ever trips, you'll see the power went off to the garage door motor. And when I pushed and reset, the power came back on. So if the garage door motor's ever not working, make sure that that's not been tripped. The same thing happens for all of your outdoor outlets outside of the home. They have a reset button that looks just like this in one of the outlets that's right here behind the garage. So if one of the outside outlets is tripped, all of them will stop working. And there's going to be a reset button just like this around the other side of the garage right here outside in that box.
Okay.
Let's see, let me put that on this before I forget.
This 2-car garage is very big.
It is a very good size.
Yeah.
Can actually fit a decent sized car in here, I think, and can have two parking there. The master bedroom, I did put cable outlets in here. I've got cable outlets in each of the guest bedrooms if they do go with old cable. The garage door shower door just got put in today, so I'll obviously get it clean when the cleaners come back Thursday. We're a little late on getting it in. Other than that, I can't think of a whole lot inside. We certainly can walk around outside and point out a few things. But I think as far as the inside goes, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. That's the pink stick.
That's the back left corner.
Oh, I see that. So the fence does not belong to this property, right? It belongs to the commercial. Okay. 这个 fence 啊，有挺好的。它就是说，它是跟后面的这个商业区，就是那个后面那个
I'll leave those stakes up so
商场。
you can see them, but that's been surveyed when I started the house.
Yeah. 它这个 fence 不属于这个房子本身的啊，但是就是说你就相当于是没有花钱有了一个 fence， 挺好的。这房子的后面。
I'm not. The idea of doing seed straws is not to give them this like gorgeous.
But this time I think that whatever.
地特别平，前院后院的地都是非常平坦。
Somehow all the grass were taken into
这房子的后面我们再看一下。
Yeah, it will unless they come in here and do something with it for sure.
And on that side.